Who is the best anime waifu? Now you might be thinking, Sway, that's a trivial question. Everyone has their own opinions. No, this is a serious issue, and we're gonna solve it today. Before we start, I have but one ground rule. They must be 18 or older. I don't care if it's legal in Japan. I am not getting canceled over 2D characters. Also, if they turn 18 during the series, they're fair game. If I told you I had a crush on Hermione in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, you would not turn around and tell me she was a child in the Sorcerer's Stone, okay? We're following the same logic here. Why am I being this meticulous about 2D characters that don't even matter? I don't know. Let's just get into it. This is gonna be a standard tier list that goes S, A, B, C, D, and then everyone's favorite letter, hate. Cool. And we're starting off with everyone's favorite Konosuba girl, Aqua. What, you thought I was gonna say Megami? Nah. Now, Aqua's a complicated one, and honestly, all the Konosuba girls kind of are. Aqua's just way too annoying and needy, and she makes for a great character, but I could not wife that. She seems like she'd be a really fun friend. So I'm editing this, and I just realized that I friend-zoned a 2D character. That's my life now. I'm putting Aqua in C tier. Ooh! We got Misato from Neon Genesis Evangelion. She is undeniably the best girl of that show. Granted, all of them are extremely broken characters. However, despite not being ready at all, she tries to be a mother for Shinji, and I respect that. And we're just gonna ignore that one scene where she kind of slipped up. She might be kind of an alcoholic, but like, compared to Asuka and Rei and that other blonde chick whose name I can't even remember, she is by far the most stable Eva girl. Misato gets put in my A tier, I don't care. Nanako and Shino. Let's start off with Nanako. I'm very into artsy girls and she does music. And she also seems to be an extremely caring person. She's also kind of a simp and the jealous type, so I'm gonna throw her into B tier. As for Shino, I really like Shino as well. She's probably gonna be the main love interest, but I'm not 100% sure. However, why did they give her this voice? That voice absolutely kills it. Nope, kinda like a child. We're just C tier. The Quintessential Quintuplets. Now, most of you know about my affinity to Miku. It's definitely totally healthy. And I've never bought anything weird that would make it seem like it's an obsession or anything, but a lot of you want to know my opinions on the other girls as well. So let's get into it. We're gonna start with Yotsuba. Why? I don't know. I just feel like it. Yotsuba's a tough one. She's athletic, she's kind-hearted towards her sisters, somewhat selfless, but she's also just such a klutz. And it's tough because I feel like the anime does not portray her as well as the manga. She comes off quite annoying in the anime. After I see the movie, I feel like my opinions on her are going to change, but if I had to just rate her right now, I would put her in B tier. Next up, Itsuki. Similarly to Yotsuba, she also doesn't have a lot of development during the anime. She kind of just comes off as stubborn and annoying. I do understand why other people like her, but out of all the sisters, she's always just been the one that's kind of to me. I don't want to rag on her too much, but I'm gonna put Itsuki in C tier. Nino really grew on me. In season 1, she was very stubborn, very rude to Futuru. She just was not a good person. But she very much has a redemption arc, and I really enjoyed watching her character progress. If we ignore that one really bad thing she did during the anime, I consider her to be a pretty top tier gal. I'm gonna throw Nino with Yotsuba in B tier. Ichika. Oi. Ichika's a tough one. If you've seen the Quintessential Quintuplets, you thought she did something scandalous for a living, and if you say otherwise, you're a liar. I went into the Quint series knowing that a lot of people hated Ichika, but I had no idea why. I understand now. She's a snake. She betrays her sisters, and I don't care that she apologized. She is going in my hate tier. I said it. I hate one of the Quintuplets. Put it on all the headlines. And I saved the best girl for last, Miku. She's sweet. She's caring. Yes, she's a little shy, but that's okay. Her love for history and Japanese warlords is amazing. I mean, what's not to like? Miku is literally the rock on which my TikTok foundation was built, so I cannot say anything wrong about this girl. Miku is going into S tier. Let's move on to another one of my favorite anime, Re:Zero. Real Nanami fans will know what I mean by that. Let's start off with Ram. I don't know a lot about Ram, I only watched the first season. Since Rem and Emilia got most of the screen time, I feel bad doing it, but I gotta put her in C tier, just cause I don't know enough. And then there's Emilia. I understand why Subaru fell for Emilia. Episode 1 does a wonderful job setting up Emilia's character. However, how he managed to stay loyal to Emilia throughout the series, despite barely talking to her in season 1, is beyond me. I understand that she was gentle. I understand that she wanted to make the world a better place. Wonderful, that's great. You knew her for a single day. But I do think a lot of the reason I'm going to rate Emilia lower is because of the words. That scene has permanently scarred me and has ruined Emilia for me. Emilia gets put in B tier. Rem. My poor Rem. How could Subaru do you dirty like that? She's kind. She's compassionate. She could beat the shit out of someone if you needed her to. I mean, this girl is versatile. And she is loyal to the bone. Unlike Subaru, I'm putting her in A tier. Next up, we got the Rent-A-Girlfriend girls. Chizuru. Is that how you say your name? I'm very tempted to put her high up on my list. It's really difficult too when you're stringing on the guy you like and making him pay you an exorbitant amount of money. Like, that's pretty bad. It's not a good reflection of her character. To be fair, it is clear that she wants Kazuma to make the move, but also like, you can make the move first, girl. Chizuru's getting put in B tier. That's tough because I want to put her in A tier, but I just can't. Next up, red-haired chick from Rent-A-Girlfriend. I'll put her name right here. She's the shy type, but that one TikTok of her that always goes around. So cute. Still, I'm also putting her in B tier. Next up, we got the Homewrecker. Actually, wait, there's two Homewreckers. We're gonna talk about Ruka first. I didn't like Ruka very much, to be entirely honest. She just came off as very clingy and desperate, so I don't really think I can rate her very high. I'm gonna throw her in D tier. Then there's Mami. Is that her name? I don't even care if that's not her name. She does not deserve the 2-second Google to find her name. This girl, I do not like her. One could say I hate her. Dishonest, manipulative, ugh. Get out. You're not even getting any more screen time. The butterfly girl from Demon Slayer. I mean, if I probably should remember her name, but I don't. This girl's very chaotic, and I like the chaotic anime characters. B tier. Are you enjoying this video? Make sure you leave a like. Maybe sub to me too. All right, that's it for the plug. Next up, I'm gonna very quickly run through the Attack on Titan girls. Annie, don't really remember her. C tier. Sasha, love her. Just such a wonderful personality. Cute girl. A tier. Mikasa, you could find so much better than Eren. Like, please. They did you so dirty in season 4. What happened to you, Mikasa? Like, Jesus. B tier still. Hange. I don't really like Hange. She seems like the type of girl that'll step on you. And you know what? If you're into that, good for you. D tier. D tier? D tier is a little too mean. C tier. I'll put her in C tier. Editor Sway again. It's 3 in the morning, but I forgot about Historia. I don't know. C tier. Now that I talked about one of the most critically acclaimed anime, we're going to talk about Domestic Girlfriend next. Rui. Now you might be thinking, Sway, that breaks your cardinal rule. But no. I read the manga. She grows up, has a kid, all that good jazz. I don't really like her. I don't really like any of the characters in that show. Her and her sister can both get thrown into C tier. Actually, no. She can get thrown into C tier, and let's talk about her sister real quick. Gross. You were his teacher and his sister. Not hate tier. Yeah, hate tier. You can tell I didn't script this ahead of time. Next up, we got the My Hero girls that everyone talks about. Mount Lady and Midnight. Yeah, those are the ones that everyone always ships. Mount Lady is like a Twitch streamer. She's really on that grind to get the boys to work for her. If you could build an army of simps to do your work for you, more power to you. But that's not my type of thing, so I'm gonna throw her into D tier. Midnight. Midnight's a little too,
You know it's over. One tiny breath and you'll submit to me.
Yeah. For my taste. Also D tier. Next up, Mai from Bunny Girl Senpai. I think she's a great character, well fleshed out, very kind towards everyone except for the people that try to get in the way of her relationship. Unsurprisingly, like everyone else, big fan of her. I'm gonna throw her into A tier. Futaba. I also really like her. Smart girl, science girl, kinda a little nerdy but in a cute way. She's really close to A tier, but since I put Mai in A tier, I gotta throw her into B tier. Asuna. Asuna. My first ever anime was Sword Art Online, and boy, as much as I hate to admit it, Asuna was probably my first 2D crush. She's loyal, she's independent, but also works better as a unit with Kirito. What more can I say about her? I don't understand why people call her basic. If basic is just everything you want in a waifu, like, what's the problem? Asuna is easily in my S tier. She's the best. Alice. I also really like Alice. I mean, like, the Alice after, I don't want to spoil anything, but I like Alice. She has probably the best character development out of any of the Sword Art Online girls. Unlike Asuna, she gets a ton of screen time, so you really get to know her. She's also very caring and fiercely loyal. I'm also putting her in S tier. I'm sorry, I might be a little biased towards the Sword Art Online girls. And we're gonna end it off with the least controversial anime I've talked about today, Higehiro. But the only one I'm gonna rate is the coworker. I don't even remember her name. Way too much of a simp, could do way better than the main character. What do you do? What is this weird love triangle? I don't hate you, but I'm throwing you in D tier. And for now, this is my completed tier list. If you guys like this video, make sure you leave a comment and let me know down below. I could make a second part to this in the future if enough of you liked it. Let me know what you agreed with, what you disagreed with. Hopefully this video was an okay replacement to the Issei cosplay video. And with that, I will catch you in the next video. See you guys!